Our story begins with Christine and Neil, a newly married couple traveling to a quiet Thai island for their honeymoon. The place looked peaceful and beautiful from the outside. They had no idea that something evil was waiting for them there. One morning inside their hotel room, Christine suddenly wakes up. Her whole body feels sore, like she has been asleep for days. There is dirt on her arms, her legs, even on the bedsheet. And around her neck, she finds a strange locket, one she never bought, never saw before, and doesn't remember wearing alarmed. Christine wakes Neil and tells him they need to get ready fast. They have a flight to catch. Neil is confused too. He doesn't understand how he ended up in such a strange condition. Maybe they partied too hard the previous night. As they pack their bags, a breaking news update appears on the TV. A strong and dangerous storm is expected to strike the island by evening. People are warned to stay indoors. Christine and Neil had already planned to leave, so they start early for the airport. But halfway there, their taxi stops. The driver tells them he can't take them further because a local festival has blocked the roads completely. With no other choice, the couple begins walking toward the boat dock. From there, they must take a boat to reach the main island airport. Just then, Christine remembers something terrible. She has forgotten her phone and her ID card in the hotel room. Without the ID, she cannot board the flight. A boat crew member tells them more boats will come after a few hours. They will have to wait, so Christine and Neil return to their hotel room to wait for the next boat. To pass time, Neil connects his phone to the TV and starts watching their trip videos. While scrolling, he finds a strange video, 2 hours long, something they never recorded. Confused and curious, he plays it. What they see shocks them. The video shows them both from last night, drunk and eating at a restaurant. A waitress named Maddie is serving them. In the video, she quietly mixes a weird liquid into Christine's drink. Christine drinks it without noticing. Later, Maddie puts the same strange locket, the one Christine is wearing right now, around her neck. Panicking, they fast forward through the footage. Suddenly, the scene changes. It shows both of them in a garden. Neil looks angry and out of control. He grabs Christine and starts fighting with her. The next moment turns horrifying. Neil puts his hands around Christine's neck and strangles her until she dies. After that, he buries her body in the garden. Christine stands frozen in fear. The video shows her dead, yet she is alive right now, standing beside Neil. Shaken and terrified, Christine runs into the bathroom. Her fear becomes even stronger when she sees real bruise marks on her neck, finger-shaped marks, exactly like the video. In panic, she tears the locket off her neck, and then it begins. Christine suddenly starts vomiting thick black liquid, something unnatural and horrifying. She screams loudly. Neil runs inside and grabs her, trying to calm her down, but even he has no idea what is happening. One thing is clear: Christine needs help. Something on this island is terribly wrong. When Christine screamed for help, their neighbor Sam quickly ran into the room with her little daughter, Natalie. Natalie looked sweet and innocent, and for a moment Christine felt comforted just seeing her. But then something strange happened. Without saying a word, Natalie picked up the necklace Christine had thrown away and quietly placed it back around her neck, as if she knew exactly what she was doing. Sam realized Christine was getting worse, so she gave Neil the number of a local doctor. Neil immediately took Christine to the clinic. The doctor was very old, with shaky hands and tired eyes. He listened as Christine told him everything: the black liquid she threw up, and the horrifying video on Neil's phone where she was shown dying. But the doctor didn't take her seriously. He simply nodded and said she was just extremely tired. According to him, everything was in her mind. He said the strange video looked fake, like a scene from a movie. He explained that because they were very drunk the night before, Christine's brain was confused and creating scary images. Slowly, Christine and even Neil began to think he might be right. Maybe she really was imagining things. While Neil stayed inside to talk to the doctor, Christine waited outside. She saw some children playing happily, but when she looked again, she was shocked. Their eyes and mouths were covered with black cloth, like part of some strange ritual. Christine blinked and looked again, not sure if she was hallucinating. Just then, the doctor came outside and gave her a cup filled with some odd-looking liquid. He said it would make her feel better, but Christine's instincts told her not to trust him, and she refused to drink it. Trying to clear their minds, Christine and Neil walked toward the beach and later stopped at a small restaurant. A traditional festival had begun all around them. People were dressed in colorful but strange costumes, dancing, singing, and celebrating loudly. Neil got excited, took out his camera, and started recording everything. Soon he wandered ahead with the crowd, leaving Christine sitting alone. As she waited, Christine noticed something that made her heart stop. Among all the festival decorations was a life-size puppet, but it wasn't just any puppet. It had Christine's exact face, the same eyes, the same expression. It looked like someone had copied her perfectly. Before she could react, someone stole Neil's phone. Neil saw it and ran after the thief, disappearing into the crowd. Christine, now alone and scared, felt sick again. She pulled off the necklace, and instantly her condition worsened. Thick black liquid poured from her mouth. She rushed into the restroom, where even stranger, slimy substances came out of her, things she didn't know were even possible. When she finally stumbled out, dizzy and weak, she realized she wasn't in the restaurant anymore. She had been taken somewhere else. She had been kidnapped. After a while, she woke up partially. A girl stood in front of her, black liquid dripping from her eyes like tears. The girl collected the liquid into a syringe. Then, with the help of the others, she injected that same liquid into Christine's body. Christine screamed in pain. Her vision turned blurry. She couldn't understand what was real and what was another nightmare. Meanwhile, Neil eventually found his stolen phone. But when he returned to the restaurant area, Christine was gone. He searched everywhere in panic. Hours later, he finally found her unconscious near their hotel. Terrified, he carried her inside. And that's when he noticed something chilling. The necklace she had removed was somehow back around her neck. When Christine woke up, she told Neil everything. How she was dragged away, how they injected something strange into her body, and how all of it seemed to start with one person, Maddie, the same waitress who had added something into Christine's drink on their first night. As they continued their journey, Christine and Neil stopped at a small shop run by a woman named Kanda. The shop was filled with eerie dolls, figures that looked like they belonged to ancient rituals. Curious and desperate for answers, they showed Kanda the mysterious locket and asked her about Maddie. The waitress who had secretly Christine Kanda explained that the locket was a traditional symbol of the island, something locals only gave to people they felt deeply bonded with. This made no sense to Christine or Neil. They had barely been on the island for a few days. Why would anyone feel that kind of attachment to them? Setting their doubts aside, they asked for Maddie's address, though Kanda warned them not to go there, insisting it was dangerous for outsiders. They ignored her and went anyway. When they reached the location, several locals stared at Christine with wide smiles, almost as if they were happily expecting her. Their expressions felt unsettlingly familiar, as though they already knew Maddie was there too. Neil stormed up to her and demanded, "What did you put in our drink?" Maddie responded calmly. She quietly handed over their passports and said, "You can leave now," but Neil refused to go without answers. Pressured, Maddie finally confessed. The liquid she added was a powerful mind-altering one that heightened perception but often caused intense hallucinations, exactly like the ones Christine had been experiencing. Angry, Christine tried to return the locket, but Maddie stopped her, saying, "Once given, it cannot be taken back." Christine knew this was true. Every time she removed the locket, she became violently sick. Around them, the villagers stood motionless, smiling, staring, unblinking, making the couple increasingly uncomfortable. They fled back to the hotel, where Sam helped arrange a boat to take them to the airport. Just before they left, Maddie handed Neil another drink. He accepted it. The boat soon arrived. While Neil waited, Christine borrowed his phone to check their flight timing. But as she unlocked it, she stumbled upon yet another disturbing video. In the footage, Neil appeared somewhere unfamiliar, terrified. He said, "Today is my last day. I won't survive beyond this. The cycle will continue." Shocked, Christine ran toward Neil to show him the recording. But before she could reach him, she saw something horrifying. The fisherman beside Neil leaned close, whispered something into his ear, and then plunged a knife into him. Neil collapsed, gasping for air, blood pouring, before falling into the water. Christine screamed, powerless. Her strength failed her, and she collapsed unconscious. A little while later, Christine slowly opened her eyes and found Sam standing beside her. Christine tried her best to explain everything she had seen, Neil being attacked, the strange people, the black liquid, but she had no proof. None of it could be shown or verified. Even the fisherman who attacked Neil was standing nearby. Yet Christine couldn't accuse him without evidence. She knew she would only sound confused and unstable. Still shaken, Christine walked straight to the lonely spot she remembered from the video, the place where she thought she saw Neil earlier. She kept shouting his name again and again. After a moment, she noticed something on the ground. When she got closer, she was horrified to see what looked like Neil's dead body, completely decomposed, as if he had been dead for many years. But soon her vision cleared, and she realized this was yet another hallucination. Just then, Sam arrived and handed Christine a phone. Neil was calling. Christine spoke to him, but the signal was very weak. His voice kept breaking, making it impossible for her to understand whether he was truly alive or if her mind was tricking her again. Feeling scared and helpless, Christine decided to return to the place where Maddie and the strange island people had gathered earlier. Sam agreed to drive her, but when they reached the location, the entire area was empty. Everyone had disappeared as if they had never been there. Sam walked off to search somewhere else, while Christine kept calling out for Neil. Hearing no reply, she stepped inside a nearby restaurant. Suddenly, an old telephone on the counter began ringing by itself. Christine picked it up, and on the other side were strange voices, someone chanting unknown mantras again and again. Terrified, she turned around. The island's citizens were standing right behind her, but this time their faces and eyes looked twisted and unnatural, as if they were not even human anymore. Still, they didn't attack her. Trying to stay calm, Christine reached out and touched the face of one woman. Instantly, a cloud of strange gas burst from the woman's mouth and hit Christine directly. She collapsed on the floor, unconscious once again. Since the moment she arrived on this island, Christine had been stuck in a loop, fainting, hallucinating, waking up, and fainting again. After some time, she woke up inside a house. Her mind was still full of confusion. She had no idea if Neil was alive, dead, or somewhere in between. But now comes the lesson hidden in her nightmare. If you ever end up in a place where people are performing unknown rituals on you, your first step to escape is simple. Never eat or drink anything they give you. That's how all the danger begins. A single strange liquid can take control of your mind. And in Christine's case, once that mysterious drink entered her body, it spread through her system, causing intense hallucinations. The only real way to reduce the effect is to force the substance out by vomiting. If it doesn't happen naturally, you must trigger it manually by putting your fingers inside your mouth. That's the same method doctors use when someone consumes poison. They clear the stomach before the chemical can spread further. After that, wash your mouth, clean yourself, and escape as fast as possible. Run. Don't wait. But sadly, Christine and Neil never got that chance. When Christine woke up again, she felt sharp pain in her stomach. She ran to the bathroom and threw up repeatedly. Out of anger and fear, she tore the necklace off her neck. The moment she removed it, powerful visions filled her mind. She saw herself deep inside a forest. The same strange people surrounded her. They were performing a ritual on her body. Beside them was a bag. Inside it was a strange, horrifying creature. When the ritual ended, the group forcefully placed that creature inside Christine's body. She screamed in agony, but not one of them showed mercy. Why was this happening to her? Why was she chosen? The terrifying truth was about to come out. When Christine looked up and saw Sam standing in front of her, she immediately began asking the same question again and again. "Where is Neil? Where is my husband?" Sam gently reassured her, saying that Neil was safe, but he had gone away for a little while. The truth was that after watching the video showing him killing Christine, Neil became deeply scared. He started believing that under the influence of he might actually hurt Christine in real life. Out of fear and guilt, he stepped away for some time. Sam tried to calm her. "Everything you're seeing is just hallucination. You're extremely weak. Nothing is real." To help her, Sam took Christine back to the old doctor once more. The doctor examined Christine carefully. After a few minutes, he revealed something shocking. "You're pregnant." Christine froze. Just a couple of days earlier, she had visited the same doctor, and he had found absolutely no signs of pregnancy. How could she be pregnant now? And that too within only 2 days. None of this made sense. Then the doctor showed her an internal scan. What appeared on the screen horrified her. The fetus inside her did not look human. Its shape was twisted, unnatural, something impossible to explain. Overcome with fear, Christine ran out of the clinic. Not knowing where else to go, she rushed straight to Kanda, the only woman who seemed trustworthy. Kanda understood spiritual rituals and supernatural forces. Christine poured out everything, the hallucinations, the strange experiences, and how Neil had suddenly disappeared. Kanda already knew the truth, but had kept quiet to protect herself. Now she finally revealed the reality. Long ago, the island was home to an ancient tribe. These people practiced powerful rituals to protect their land from storms and natural disasters. Every year, they sacrificed one pregnant woman to keep the island safe. And the moment Christine and Neil arrived, the tribe chose them. That explained why they were. The tribe had mixed two different, one for Christine and one for Neil. Christine's drink caused extreme hallucinations, while Neil's destroyed his self-control completely, and everything unfolded exactly as intended. Under the influence of Neil had actually killed Christine and buried her. But the Christine walking around now was neither truly alive nor truly dead. She was trapped between worlds, inside a spiritual realm created by the island's restless souls. The strange, distorted people she kept seeing were not living humans. They were spirits, and they believed that Christine's presence protected the island. They would never allow her to leave. As long as she wore the locket, she remained connected to their world. It was the only thing keeping her alive in this spiritual form, and also the only thing keeping her captive. Christine begged Kanda to help her find Neil. Once they found him, they would escape together. Kanda agreed, but she had one condition. Her own son was dying of cancer. If Christine survived and escaped, she must return the magical locket to Kanda so it could heal her child. Christine instantly agreed. But before they could plan anything, someone arrived outside. Christine quickly hid. It was the doctor. He confronted Kanda, and from his expression, it was clear. He knew Kanda had told Christine the truth. Without hesitation, he attacked her and killed her right there. Christine watched from her hiding spot, horrified. Now she knew the terrifying truth. The doctor wasn't just involved. He was one of the main people behind the ritual. Christine didn't waste a second. She grabbed a gun lying nearby and sprinted out of the house. As she ran down the road, she suddenly saw Sam, who quickly offered help, saying she had a car and could take Christine off the island. Desperate and exhausted, Christine trusted her and got inside. Natalie, Sam's daughter, was silently sitting in the back seat. After a few minutes of driving, Natalie slowly lifted her head and said in a soft voice, "Mom, this isn't the road to our home." Christine froze. That one sentence revealed everything. Sam wasn't taking her to safety. She was taking her somewhere else, somewhere dangerous. Christine turned to Natalie and asked gently, "Who is your real mother?" Natalie replied without emotion, "She went into the ground." And just like that, everything clicked. Sam was not a friend. She was part of the ritualistic tribe. She had been pretending all along. Sam finally dropped her mask and revealed the truth. The spiritual rituals of the island had healed people for centuries. Christine couldn't get pregnant before, but on this island, she suddenly could. Sam herself once had deadly cancer, and the powers on the island cured her completely, but those powers always demanded a sacrifice. Sam said, "When the spirits give you something, they must take something in return." That's the balance. Christine realized she had made a terrible mistake by trusting her. Without hesitating, she tightened her seatbelt, pulled out the gun, and shot Sam directly. Sam died instantly. The car swerved violently and crashed into the woods, injured and barely conscious. Christine crawled out of the wreckage. She now understood one thing very clearly. She had to escape this island. No matter what, she stumbled into the forest and kept running. But the tribe members, those same spiritual beings she had seen again and again, reached her. They captured her easily. Before she could fight, they knocked her unconscious. When Christine opened her eyes again, she was tied to a wooden pillar at the ritual ground, the place where everything would end. Everyone was there. Maddie, the doctor, the villagers. Even Sam's body had been brought back. Everyone she met since arriving on the island, they were all part of the same dark ritual. Christine suddenly realized the truth. They were preparing to sacrifice her. She needed to find Neil. She needed to survive. She needed to escape. But her mind began clouding again. Visions poured in like waves. She couldn't tell if what she saw was real or hallucinated. In one vision, she and Neil were sitting peacefully on the beach the day they first arrived. They talked about starting a family. Even though Christine couldn't become pregnant, they promised they would adopt a child and build a happy life. That memory felt warm and safe, so different from the nightmare she was trapped in now. Determined to live, Christine gathered every last bit of strength. She slammed her body against Maddie, breaking the ropes. Grabbing a sharp iron rod, she fought viciously, injuring anyone who tried to stop her. She was battered, bleeding, and weak, but she refused to give up. As she tried to escape, Natalie suddenly appeared again, blocking her way. The little girl looked at her and said softly, "Don't leave. All the spirits are connected to you now. If you go, we will all die." Christine begged Natalie to come with her, to escape together. But Natalie quietly shook her head. She wasn't just a child. She was one of the spirits, permanently bound to the island. After escaping the ritual site, Christine ran blindly through the dense forest, stumbling through branches and thorns until she finally reached the shoreline. Without wasting a second, she pushed a small abandoned boat into the water and climbed in. She didn't look back. She just kept rowing, away from the island, away from the people, away from the nightmare. Eventually, she drifted deep into the ocean, completely separated from the spiritual forces that controlled the island. For the first time, she felt a strange sense of freedom. She had escaped, or so it seemed. The next morning, the scene cuts back to the island, and the sight is horrifying. A massive storm has ripped through everything. Houses lie in ruins, trees are shattered, and many of the island's people are dead. The entire place looks like it has been swallowed by destruction, and this devastation had a reason. Every year, the islanders performed a ritual, sacrificing a pregnant woman to keep the spirits calm and protect the land from disasters. But this year, the ritual failed because Christine escaped. With no sacrifice, the spirits unleashed their fury. The island paid the price. Meanwhile, Christine's lonely boat floats in the middle of the endless ocean. No land, no help, no hope. And then the truth strikes. Christine was already dead. She had died the moment she removed the locket, the only thing that kept her suspended between the real world in the spiritual world. Kanda had warned her, "You are neither alive nor dead. That locket connects you to both realms. Without it, her physical body would collapse." That is exactly what happened. Christine must have died in the boat, her body giving up as soon as the connection broke. Days later, several bodies are found washed up on the shore, victims of the storm. Among them lies Christine's lifeless body. But then something chilling happens. Someone places the same mystical locket back onto her neck, and instantly, Christine's eyes snap open. She comes back to life, but not in the real world. She returns to the spiritual realm, the mysterious dimension created by rituals, ancient souls, and the island's dark curse. It becomes clear Christine's nightmare is far from over. That supernatural curse still binds her. She is trapped once again, in a world she may never escape. And with that, this strange, haunting tale comes to an end.